We're going to do problem number 16 from homework 3, and this has to do with contingency tables, and this is a topic from chapter 5. So we're going to look at a contingency table and figure out probabilities associated with the two different random variables that are being asked about. So here is the question. Your numbers are probably different than these, but the categories should be the same. And we have results of a survey of online video viewing by age. So we have two variables. We've got viewer age, 18 to 34, 35 to 54, 55 plus, and we've got the types of videos preferred, either user created, that would be stuff like YouTube, or stuff that's produced by television studios. And so we have just two categories here, three categories here. And so the first we're asked, what's the probability that the viewer is aged 18 to 34? So part A says, what's the probability that somebody is 18 to 34? I guess we should say age is 18 to 34. And this is very easy to find out. All we have to do is come over here and say how many 18 to 34 year olds are there, and there's 63. And since there's a total of 100 observations, we can divide 63 by 100 to get 0.63. So we'll put that in here, 0.63. Part B says, what's the probability that a viewer prefers watching TV videos? So we just need to know, we're looking for the marginal probability of TV videos. So we come here and say 40 TV. How many of those are there? It's 45. So this number should be 0.45. And we'll say B, probability of TV equals 45 over 100, or 0.45. Next, we're asked what the percentage of viewers who are 18 to 34 and prefer watching user-created videos. So the "and" here tells us that we're talking about a joint probability. So what we need to do is come up here and say what's the intersection between this row here and the user-created. So it's going to be 39 is the intersection of this column and this row. So 39 divided by 100 would be the probability. But here we've got to be careful because we're not being asked for the probability, we're being asked for the percentage. And so if we put in 0.39, we're going to get it wrong. If we put in 39, we're going to get it right. Okay, so let's come over here. Part C says, what's 100 times the probability of 18 to 34, and we'll say YouTube instead of TV, and that's going to be 39 divided by 100 times 100 equals 39%. Now this next question, part D, is a little bit tricky, maybe, and practice with this type of question will help you understand better what's going on. It says, what's the percentage of viewers aged 18 to 34 who prefer watching user-created videos? So what's going on here is we're looking for a conditional probability. So we want to know the percentage of these guys. So given that they're 18 to 34, what percentage prefer the user-created or the YouTube videos? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to say, how many of these guys do we have? Looks like there's 63 of them. And what is the proportion that prefer user-created? Well, 39 divided by 63. So for part D, what we're looking at is, and we want this in percentage, so it's going to be 100 times the probability that they like watching YouTube videos given that they're 18 to 34. And we can think of this in two ways. We just said it's going to be 39 over 63 times 100. But another way to think of that is to say this is just the probability of the intersection of YouTube and 18 to 34 divided by the probability of 18 to 34. And so multiply that by 100, and so we get 39 over 100 divided by 63 over 100 times 100 again to get the percentage, and this is 39 over 63 times 100, and that is 61.9048%. So we'll come back over here and we'll throw that in. And notice, even though it asked me for only 2 decimal places, if I don't want to round, I don't have to. I'm just going to plug it in, and it connects smart enough to pick that up. So finally, part E says, what percentage of the viewers are 35 to 54 or prefer using the videos, the user-created videos? So part E says, what's the probability of someone liking YouTube, or we'll say union, being 35 to 54. And so to get this, we're going to use the law of addition, which says this is just the probability of YouTube plus the probability 35 minus 54 minus the probability of the intersection of those things. So what's the probability that somebody likes YouTube? User created is going to be 55%. So this is 55 plus probability that they're in this age range is 28. So 28. And then we have to look at the intersection of those two things, and it's going to be how many of those do we have in the intersection? 14. So I add those numbers up and I get 69%. So I'm going to come over here and put in 69 and then check our work, and it looks like we got them all right. So that's how you do that problem. If you have questions on it or anything else, please send me an email. We'll see you in the next video.